Alright guys, welcome back. CFP here, and this is Survival Living. So today's video, hurricane season. Yeah, we've been saying it's going to be coming up on us really quick. Right now we have, I believe it's still a tropical storm. It went up to a hurricane level 1, then dropped back down to tropical storm. It's ELSA or ELSSA, ELSSEA, whatever. Who cares about the name? We just know it's coming. So today I'm actually getting ready for work, but I had to make sure we top off our generators. We got fuel on hand. We got fuel hidden in many different locations. I am not going to tell you where because a lot of people watch YouTube. Don't want people knowing where I got my fuel. But yesterday I went ahead and changed the oil in this thing. Today I went ahead and topped it off, got all the fuel in it. So that's step one. Having power when the power goes out. Generators are real nice to have. Make sure you have them away from your home. Make sure you have them where you can keep an eye on them though. You don't want them sitting out in the middle of nowhere where someone can just take off with your generator or your fuel. I mean, our fuel's chained down, and it's chained down into the ground. It ain't going nowhere without a pair of bolt cutters. But I also have a fenced in area here where I've only got one entrance in. It's got to go past me and my cameras and my sensors to let me know if someone's back here messing around. Sure, they can cut the fence line and come on in, but by the time they're doing that, I've already been notified somebody's in the yard. So this is why we have this setup right here. Is it perfect? No. But does it work? Yes, it does. Okay, next up, we have solar. I've already showed you our 6x12 trailer. This is what my wife and I live in. This is a converted trailer. It's basically a small camper. We put in a bed, we put in air conditioning, we have a heater, we have a toilet that flushes, we have a shower that works. Our shower is a tankless water heater. Alright, we use propane that we hook up, run in, and that's what our hot water, it works for our sink, it works for our shower, so we have hot water. We have a small refrigerator. But we power everything with our solar up here. Now currently we have our solar panels on the top that is tied down with straps. The reason why they're tied down with straps is that way when I have to move them, like we're going to have to do with this hurricane or tropical storm, whatever it is that you want to call it, we just untie it, take it down, put it in this nice safe spot, which only I know where it's at, and then when the storm's over, we bring it back in. We have a battery bank system in here that will last us days as long as we're not running our heater and not running our air conditioner. We can run our floor fans all day long for up to 4 days and be fine. But to run our air conditioner, we're limited on our battery bank. So basically we're planning on power outages being our biggest issue. We're down here in Florida. We're actually in the panhandle of Florida. And yeah, we experience power outages all the time. We experience severe storms all the time. So we're used to having power knocked out. So we know what we need to put in place. Now our preps for a hurricane are pretty much our preps for many scenarios. They all fall hand in hand. Power, water filtration, storage of food. Do you have a way of cooking food? Yes, we do. We have multiple ways of cooking food. With our solar, we have electricity, which we can run a lot of equipment using that. All right, my wife has some Ninja products that she loves. She's the cooker in the family. Let's just say I can cook snake. But I said snake, not steak, snake. We have propane. We have the ability to use a camp stove if we need to. We have it set up in the back here. We also have charcoal. We have charcoal grills. We have multiple ways of creating a heat source to cook food. And if it comes right down to it, a campfire. Shown many times how to build a campfire, build a nice little area, Dakota fire pits, other fire pits, whatever. You can still cook food. Now I hear all the time, well, if you got a campfire, people's gonna be coming around, CFP. Yes, they are. What you do in that situation is your moral dilemma. Now during a hurricane or after a hurricane, is it full-blown SHTF? No law? No, it's not. You should be able to help your neighbors if they come over. I miss your neighbors. Do you want them knowing everything you have? Absolutely not. Of course not. But if I'm the only one with power and I'm the only one that's able to cook food because nothing around has anything going on, yeah, you better believe your neighbor's going to be coming over asking for water. We have a well. We can power up that well with either our generator or our solar. We have the ability to produce drinkable water. We have water filtration systems. We can purify water. I will warn everybody, with hurricanes and stuff, you get a lot of floodwaters. Don't start running those through like a Sawyer Mini and hope for the best. You need to be boiling water. Most of your water that's standing up, like flood water, stuff like that, has a lot of contaminants from anything from biological, from waste facilities, yeah, crapping water, chemicals from what's coming off the road, pesticides, heavy metals, things like that is in that flood water. You do not want to just scoop it and run it through a Sawyer Mini, which I love Sawyer Minis, but it's not designed to filter out those type of contaminants. You need to get a good filter for that, and you need to be boiling water like crazy if you're going to go that route. Best thing to do is have water stored on hand. We know that the storm's coming. You have many days in advance to get it done. Get it done. Quit procrastinating. Get it done. Have water stored up. That way when it comes through, you got drinkable water. That's just one, you're saving your fuel on boiling and cleaning water. You have it on hand, and when people around you need something and you're able to help, it does also help secure yourself in your community too. And another thing you need to be having on hand, guys, is food, fire extinguishers, things like that you can deal with small emergencies if they pop up. Having a fire extinguisher on hand, we actually have 3 inside this little trailer alone. We have one in the back, we got one in the bathroom, we got one in our what we call our living quarters. Fire extinguishers are a very smart move. Having something like that in your home, easy access to something you want. I mean, if you're cooking outdoors, you know, you're cooking with grease, things like that, you're using a cook stove inside of a house, things like that, make sure you're using a well ventilated area. But have a way of putting out a grease fire quick, because in a major event as a hurricane and stuff like that, last thing you want to do is lose your house that actually survived the storm because you caught it on fire. Not a good idea. But guys, have food, all right? Regular canned goods, cheap, easy way to make a meal. They last a very long time. We always show canned goods. We got emergency food stores. All right, this is Legacy. You don't have to have this. This stuff's great. It stores up nice, lasts a long time. But this right here lasts you many years, and you can buy a whole bunch of this compared to one of these. And yes, we are affiliated with them, but I've always pushed, get your normal foods first. Get your meats, get your vegetables, get your fruit, pastas. Get your food stocked up. You will need food when everything goes down, especially like in a hurricane. Look at Michael for an example. This area got devastated by Hurricane Michael when it came through. Tore up everything. Everything was shut down. No fuel, no stores were open, nothing worked. Everybody was left on their own. Are you prepared for that? Are you ready to be left on your own? I am. You should be too. We went over weekly preps, things like that, just to start getting people spending $5 a week getting food put back, fuel put back, solar options. All right, we built our own solar system at a fraction of a cost of hiring someone to go do that, but we had to do it a little bit at a time. Hopefully many of y'all done the same thing. That way you have a way of generating power when you need to. All right guys, y'all take care, be safe, speak to y'all later.